Hello, this is Pedro and you are watching WellCode, and in this video I'm gonna answer a very frequent question. Am I too stupid to learn how to write code? This is one of the most frequent questions I get from my subscribers or from the people who use the platform. I always get asked, oh, I tried solving this problem and I don't know how to solve it, I don't know where to start. I think I'm not smart enough to become a programmer. And then I follow up and ask, how much time did you spend thinking about it? I spent like 10 minutes and I was also chatting with someone on Facebook while doing that. And then I asked him, so that's the only strategy, just chatting with someone else on Facebook? And in the background of your mind thinking about how to solve problem, did you try anything else? Yeah, I stared blindly at the screen and expected for some kind of revelation, and that's not the right way to learn how to write code. It's obvious that if you spend 10 minutes blindly staring at the screen, you'll find yourself thinking, oh, I'm too stupid to do this. But in order to become good at something, you need to practice, and I'll repeat that, you need to practice, and you need to practice in a good way. So do not chat with friends on Facebook while you are trying to learn how to write code. The strongest example that intelligence doesn't matter is me. Before I started learning how to write code, I used to do math contests because my father is a math teacher and he pressured me to participate into contests and to practice a lot of hours per week. I used to participate in every possible math contest and I was always in the lower half of the rankings. And it was sad because a lot of kids didn't practice at math because math is boring and not a lot of kids enjoy doing that, but they were still beating me. They were getting double or triple my score. At the point where I got into high school and I started learning how to write code in school, I made a decision. At that time in Romania, IT was the most successful industry and I wanted to have a good salary. I didn't want to have a job in a fast food, or I didn't want to drive every day around the city as a taxi driver earning the minimum wage. I decided that I'll work no matter what until I become a successful computer programmer who's able to afford a holiday outside Romania and who's able to afford a nice gaming computer. That was my dream. And do you know what followed? Obviously not success. It was very sad in the beginning because my colleagues were able to write better programs than I did. They already knew how to write code. They were just typing programs without errors. They were able to do the simple things which I struggled to do. But do you know what I did? Instead of going home and crying in a pillow and deciding that, oh, I'm not smart enough to do this, I need to try something else, I continued practicing. Every day after school, I ran home, I ate my lunch and then seated myself in front of the computer and started solving problems. And I didn't even know where to look. I had a book, so not a website which had tutorials. I had a book with programming challenges, and every day I tried to solve as many as I could from that book. And there were days where I wasn't able to solve any problem. I was just sitting there trying to write some code, testing it, and I got only wrong results or I was getting errors. But it didn't matter. I started asking people how to write better code, how to solve the problems, and at some point I was able to finish that book. I was working hard because I was thinking that if I'm not able to solve everything from that book, which was for beginners, obviously I won't be able to get a job as a programmer, and then I'll need to go back to fast food, which was not an option for me. I started practicing, and at some point I just realized that whenever I got a new problem, even if I didn't know how to solve it right away, the most problems I didn't have any idea in the beginning, but I knew where to start at. I started thinking about the problem more. I started asking myself questions. I started asking about particular cases, and the most important thing, or one of the most important things that I did was that I surrounded myself with other people who were doing the same thing. I was asking them how to become better, how to master the basic things of programming. Imagine that your brain is like a battery and every thought is consuming some energy. If you're having thoughts about how smart or how stupid you are, it will waste your energy. It will waste the energy you could spend into just thinking about how to write code, just understanding the concepts. The salaries for programmers are not big because programming is an easy task, because otherwise there would be a lot of programmers and the demand wouldn't be that high. So no one will come at you and throw you free money. Oh, here's $100 because you did nothing. Here's $100 because you think you're stupid. No, stupidity doesn't matter at all. There are a lot of talented people who are not reaching their true potential. I saw a lot of them, and even people who are learning how to write code, they still end up working boring jobs and not reaching their potential. And you need to keep that in mind. I was always the kid who was not the smartest one around the block, but I wanted to become successful. So because I was not as smart as the other people, it meant that I needed to work more. And yeah, you can think, oh, I'm so unlucky, I'm not that smart. I'm so unlucky I didn't hear about programming earlier. And you can focus all your energy on thinking about how unlucky and how bad your life is. But life is not fair. If you look at basketball, there are some people who are just born with better genetics and who are taller, and the same is true for programming. But the good thing is that you can become smarter by practicing. At basketball, you can stretch yourself to become taller, and that's how the world is. But no one starts crying because, oh, I'm not tall enough, I can't do basketball. And maybe they cry at some point, but then they move on, and the time spent crying is not very helpful for them. And you should think about this and apply the same ideas into coding. If I was able to make it to New York from a small country in Eastern Europe, which is called Romania, in which most of the people don't know about, and I was able to do internships with Facebook and Google, then that means you can definitely do it. You have a lot more resources than I did. I didn't have my computer. I shared my computer with the parents. I didn't have a computer until the 7th grade, and when I was 13 years old. Now everyone has a computer before learning how to read. So you have it way better than I did. You have way better resources. YouTube wasn't a big thing when I started learning how to write code. I'm still that generation who read books in order to get better. So you have all the resources you need in order to become better, but it's your choice and it's your responsibility to educate yourself. If you are still thinking that you are too stupid to learn code, then please quit my channel, unsubscribe, hit the dislike button, and never ever come back again on this channel. I want all the subscribers of WellCode to be motivated to become successful programmers, because this is our purpose. We want to help you become the best possible programmer. I want my subscribers to be the next Bill Gates, the next Mark Zuckerbergs. I want technology to improve. Imagine how big of a discovery was the personal computer. People could play games, could write documents, could be more productive. It was a huge innovation, and I believe that in the future we'll have a lot more of those innovations, and I hope you will be one of the people who are innovating and who are making the world a better place. And I know it's a cliche, I know that everyone says that, but I believe that everyone in the tech industry who invented something was a regular guy like me and you, who was just very motivated and who worked hard until he accomplished his goal. So until next time, don't forget to practice a lot. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. This way you'll make this video reach more people. And if you have friends who also want to learn how to write code, tell them about this video. Don't forget to subscribe in order to be up to date with every video we're gonna be releasing. We'll also release technical videos, so it won't be just talk about how to learn code, it will be also technical tutorials. And until next time, I wish you all the best.